Hello comic book guys and gals, and welcome to Comic Mag Musings. This fella's your host, Bill Miller. Thank you for joining the third installment of our Top 100 Pre-Code Crime Comics. Beginning in 1947, publishers began issuing new titles in the crime comics genre, sometimes changing the direction of existing series, but often creating new books whole cloth. Many of these titles were direct imitations of the format and content of Crime Does Not Pay. In May 1947, Arthur Bernhard's magazine Village Company published True Crime Comics, designed and edited by Jack Cole. The first issue, number 2, featured Cole's Murder, Morphine, and Me, the story of a young female drug addict who became involved with gangsters. The story would become one of the most controversial of the period, and samples of the art, including a panel from a dream sequence in which the heroine has her eye held open and threatened with a hypodermic needle, would be used in articles and books like Jeffrey Wagner's Parade of Pleasure about the pernicious influence and obscene imagery of crime comics. First, the rules. The comics had to have been published prior to carrying the Comics Code Authority seal, and the title had to primarily be a crime title. No photo covers are allowed. Lastly, these are not necessarily either the most popular or the most expensive crime books. They are simply the best crime comic book covers, in my humble opinion. It was painfully difficult ranking numbers 60 to 41, but it was loads of fun. I made a series of 5 videos with 20 entries in each one, so please join me for the next 20 covers as we count down the top 100 pre-code crime comic book covers. Alright, leading off at number 60. We have Suspense Detective, issue number 5, from Fawcett, published in March of 1953. Unfortunately, the cover artist is unknown. This is such a great image. It isn't gory, yet it is still frightening. I liken it to the Alfred Hitchcock version of comic book covers. The woman's fear is palpable. Bootlegging in at number 59 is Fight Against Crime, issue number 12, from Story Comics, also published in March of 1953. Although we're uncertain, the cover artist is believed to be Dick Beck. We have a grisly scene of a woman disposing of the body of her late boyfriend. Unfortunately for her, her comrade has his sights set on a double cross. Putting cement shoes on number 58 is Crimes by Women, issue number 2, from Fox, hitting the shelves in August of 1948. Yet again, we do not know the cover artist. We have a pistol-packing blonde in a red dress. After a man has been shot, the coppers literally catch her with the smoking gun. The reds really pop with the yellow background. At number 57 is Underworld, issue number 1, from DS Publishing, produced in February of 1948. The cover art is by Sheldon Moldoff. A graphic shootout adorns this cover. We have one baddie bleeding out on the concrete, with yet another having been shot in the hand and another getting some lead in the back. The scene unfolds before the frightened eyes of, you guessed it, a blonde in a red dress. Pistol whipping with number 56 is Real Clue Crime Stories, volume 5, issue number 5. From Hillman, hitting the stands in July of 1950. The cover artist is John Prentice. A simple monochrome color palette that helps this cover pack a punch. The woman looks truly evil as she adds the poison to the teacup. Subtle, yet disturbing. Throwing Knives at number 55 is Authentic Police Cases, issue number 33. From St. John. Out in May of 1954. The cover artist is Matt Baker. We have a machine gun wielding femme fatale sporting a sharp orange beret that matches her top, and as ZZ Top says, she's got legs and knows how to use them. At number 54 is Manhunt, issue number 2. From Magazine Enterprises. In circulation in November of 1947. The cover artist is Ogden Whitney. We have a beautiful blonde in a red dress who is being forced into an electric chair under the guise of a fancy dinner invitation. Electric chair covers are a popular subgenre for some Golden Age collectors. Murdering at number 53 is Crime Does Not Pay, issue number 31, by Lev Gleason. Printed in January of 1944. The cover artist is Charles Bureau. What a wonderfully zany cover. Plenty of action, blood on the sidewalk, stripes of purple, and baddies dressed as a mother and a baby in a baby carriage, firing an iron and a Tommy gun. Absolutely bonkers. Extorting at 52 is Ken Shannon, issue number 3. From Quality Comics. Printed in February of 1952. The cover art is by Reed Crandall. I can hear Bugs Bunny saying, "I should have taken a left at Albuquerque." Stunning muted colors, and it seems as we're with the driver staring out of the window at a pre-code horror scene. Robbing at number 51 is Crime Fighting Detectives, issue number 17. From Star Publications. Hot off the presses in December of 1951. The cover art is by L.B. Cole. Here is a frenetic scene awash in splendid colors. I really dig the colorful detail on the man's checkered shirt in the foreground. At number 50 is Guns Against Gangsters, issue number 6. From Curtis. Seeing print in July of 1949. Again, the cover artist is L.B. Cole. This is a famous shark cover featuring L.B. Cole's standard panache. His typical color palette is muted, but the framing of the shark attack is masterful. Billy Clubbing at number 49 is Harvey Comics Library, issue number 1. From Harvey. Packaged in April of 1952. The cover art is by Marvin Bradley. A classic book the collectors have long been after. It is a shocking expose into heroin use. It can also be costly as it is chased by both Sodi collectors and hypodermic needle cover collectors. Gambling with number 48 is Crime Mysteries, issue number 15. From Trojan Magazines. Available in September of 1954. Unfortunately, we do not know the identity of the cover artist. This is a rough cover, with a blonde in a red dress who throws acid in her husband's face. Her husband is now bent upon her death as her lover makes like a tree and gets out of there. The green walls and purple sky are dynamite. Machine gunning at number 47 is Fight Against Crime, issue number 16. From Story Comics. Seeing print in November of 1953. Although we're not positive, the cover artist is believed to be Dick Beck. What's that? It smells like a barbecue, you say. I'll bet it does, as this crazed wife stokes a blaze beneath her husband. Little does she know that the knife-wielding brute behind her plans on adding her to the grill. Rum Running with number 46 is Down with Crime, issue number 5. From Fawcett. Hitting the stands in July of 1952. Yet again, we do not know the identity of the cover artist. This cover clearly demonstrates that FedEx will go to great lengths to get you to sign for your package. She must have bought an expensive pre-code crime comic. Great framing and strong shadowing make for a creepy crime comic. At number 45 is Authentic Police Cases, issue number 6. From St. John. Published in November of 1948. The cover art is by Matt Baker. Tasteful splashes of color, a fashion faux pas of an all-green suit, an incredible angle for the vantage point, and Matt Baker was masterful at drawing lovely women. Stool pigeoning at number 44 is Famous Crimes, issue number 1. From Fox. Hitting the shelves in June of 1948. We do not know the identity of the cover artist. We've got several vices for your viewing pleasure. Gambling, gunplay, a beautiful woman, and ciggies. The slinky green dress works well against the red backdrop. When I said smoke 'em if you got 'em, I meant cigarettes, not pistols. Brass knuckling with number 43 is Crime Does Not Pay, issue number 33. From Lev Gleason. Produced in May of 1944. The cover artist is Charles Biro. This is a grisly cover that could compete with some of the more lurid horror comics. We have several bodies hanging from a makeshift structure in the background. In the foreground is a frightened damsel facing a nonchalant axe murderer. A wonderful use of color to separate the two parts of the scene. Threatening at number 42 is Crime Suspense Stories, issue number 19. From EC. In circulation in October of 1953. The cover art is by Al Feldstein. This is a classic drowning cover. When you have stablemates like Johnny Craig, Wally Wood, and Jack Davis, it is easy to lose Al Feldstein in the shuffle. Don't sleep on Feldstein. He produced some masterful covers, just like this one. And doing hard time at number 41 is The Horrors of the Underworld, issue number 14. From Star Publications. Printed in September of 1953. The cover art is by L.B. Cole. The action is packed into this image. There are so many small parts upon which to focus, but it is pulled together by the brilliant yellow helping to draw your eye to a baddie on the ground, having been gunned down by a copper. And that will do it for numbers 60 through 41, as we count down the top 100 pre-code crime comics. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got to see some books you either haven't seen before or haven't seen in quite some time. Please leave a comment and tell me your thoughts. Do I have some ranked too high or too low? Were there some that shouldn't have made the list at all? I'd love to hear your feedback, and don't forget to join me for the next installment as we count down numbers 40 through 21.